Hi, everyone. My name is Nilesh Mathure. I'm one of the co-founders of SaaS Tribe. It's a community for discussing the various lifetime deals, various SaaS tools, as well as getting an overview of various SaaS tools from various founders. So today we have one of the founders of Tactful Cognitive Helpdesk, Mohamed Elmasery, with us, and we are going to get an overview. We're going to have a Q&A regarding Tactful AI. So Tactful is a cognitive help desk which sort of complements some of the bigger contact center environments. They've recently decided to get into small business as well. So let's get an overview and see what it's all about.
Hey, Nalis, thank you for inviting me to this call. No,
Hi.
very pleased to be with you today. Yeah, I'm Mohammed, co-founder and CEO of Tactful AI. Tactful is basically building a customer experience and artificial intelligence as a service platform, and that's how we started actually. So we started with building artificial intelligence to complement, as you mentioned, contact centers and different customer experience elements, including CRMs and help desk and so on. Basically around augmenting the customer experience by either automating frontline self-service or also automating process at the back office, including analytics, robotic process automation, giving agents and business users information on how to deal with the customer in the best way to give them the best experience. And slowly, as you know, as a person who have been working maybe in the contact centers in the past, and you know that the customer experience is not really a single person job at the business; it's everyone job. So when we talk about customer experience, we talk about marketing, sales, customer support, operations. Everyone is actually involved in giving the customer the best journey, and that's how we slowly ventured into different areas in managing customer engagement and customer experience. And slowly we became a complete customer engagement platform, including omnichannel customer engagement, help desk, CRM, ticketing system, managing some of the marketing activities, beside all of the artificial intelligence approach that we have used from the start. So everything is, we are trying to do is mostly data and artificial intelligence centric. So we always think how we can optimize and improve either the customer journey or the business operations using artificial intelligence and data. And we started with big enterprise, so we have been working with customers in retail, in healthcare, even telco operators at some regions as well. And the solution grow as a sophisticated piece of technology. So we have lots of elements, addressing different things, and we never give it attention to user experience. And when I talk about user experience, it's about the business user experience and how we make it easy for smaller businesses to use it. And in the past few months, we decided to deliver a product out of those enterprise offering to the larger SMB community. So we came up with Tactful Cognitive Helpdesk, which is basically a cut of all of these technologies together, bundled together, including omni-channel customer engagement across social media, email, web, and all of these things. Ticketing, CRM, chatbot integrated with no-code artificial intelligence approach, and a marketing campaign module as well. So all of these coming together as all-in-one customer engagement and help desk solution with built-in artificial intelligence as well.
Okay. Okay, great. Mohammed, thank you for a very good overview. My question to you is, in terms of Tactful, like, you developed a product for the enterprise and you are making probably a subset of that available as a SaaS platform to small businesses, right? Like now,
Yeah,
because small businesses have a similar need as like an enterprise in a lot of things in terms
yeah,
of addressing their customers across various channels.
yeah.
um, what is your typical customer size it has been like? It seems like you partner with vendors like Mitel, Cisco, some of the other manufacturers, and like I would say contact center providers like Cisco, because like I
Yeah.
work a lot with Cisco, UCCX, and UCC myself, like as well
Yeah.
as Twilio Flex. These are very highly capable contact center platforms. Of
Yeah.
course, they have a whole development partner ecosystem which complements their solutions, right? So um, this is a subset of your overall solution, what you're offering today on Appsumo.
Yeah, so we our typical customer size was kind of maybe 100 agent, and up.
Yes.
I have one of the largest deployment we have, which is around process automation and contact center analytics using artificial intelligence. It has more than 100, 1,500 agents. Okay, in the contact center. That's a telco operator, but we
Okay.
also engaged with enterprise customers in the range of 20, 25 agents. But it's not about the size, it's about the complexity and sophistication of their needs. So sheer amount of, channels, integrations that we need to do, the sophisticated automations and so on. That what made the projects very, very, very complex. Now what we are doing for, the small medium businesses, it's not really capped by how many agents you have, but we assume that the system need to be self-sufficient. So most of the smaller businesses don't really need to have too many tools beside the solution in order actually to get their customer experience and customer engagement sorted. So we put together lots of technologies and components and products in order just to make it like all in one toolbox for you for your day-to-day activity. We bought an AppSumo up to 10 seats. But if you look into our SaaS offering, there is no cap on how many seats you can use. And it's very robust and scalable solution. We never had any problems with, like performance issues, delays. It has been built to be scalable for the enterprise customers, managing maybe millions of interactions on a monthly basis. So we didn't change anything of the core technology. We brought the core technology as it is for the small and medium businesses. But the exercise we have done is packaging, sufficient number of products and features to make it self-sufficient for small and medium businesses.
Okay. And where are you based, Mohammed? So is your company has a base offices worldwide? Are you like you centralized at some place? Do you have a
Yeah,
customer base worldwide as well? Like, may
yeah,
I ask? Yeah.
yeah. So we incorporated in Cambridge, United Kingdom, and it's a sunny day today in Cambridge, surprisingly.
That's great. It's raining here in Toronto, but
Yeah, yeah. But we do have offices in other couple of places, like our own offices. So we have an office in Sweden, okay, and we have an office in Cairo, Egypt as well. And we operate through those three countries in terms of engineering and sales and marketing. But we also have, from the start, we work with partners in order to deliver the solution. So when you work with the enterprise, the most difficult thing is to get into the front of the customer, and those customers already have their own kind of supply chain and long-term partners, system integrators and IT development companies that they have been working with. So we choose to work directly with those partners in order to bring our solution to the enterprise customers. So we have partners across the world. So we have partners in Europe, including the vendors themselves like Mitel, Cisco, and others. And we do have strong partnerships with large system integrators that they actually build, bring together pieces of Cisco, pieces of Tactful, pieces of CRM, Microsoft, and other things, and pull it together and put something on for a large enterprise. So work with a lot with these, and these giving us a footprint in different locations, including Europe, Africa, Middle East, and the United States as well.
okay. So are you on Cisco GPL, if I may ask, like the global price list? Are Cisco partners
Uh,
actually selling your solution?
no, 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 not yet. No, no. We haven't been really interested in that so far,
Yeah.
because we have been very selective in working on opportunities. My strategy when I was going to go big is going to focus on SMB on my SaaS cloud offering, and we provide the connectors and integrations on our cloud offering. And if you have a Cisco solution, you can just pull the connector out from the marketplace and connect it with your on-prem solution. We haven't ever been interested in being on the price list. It's too much of effort. I'm sure to
Yes.
get there, and it hasn't been very important for us to start with.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
How big is your team, Mohammed, in like from a development support staff? So it seems like you have a very robust support infrastructure in place if you are servicing enterprise class customers. Now, with this
Yes.
deal, do users are getting access to those same caliber of support agents and infrastructure?
So we have been led with our, from engagement perspective, we have been led by our customer success team. So our customer success department that actually very experienced in the solution, use cases, they have been working with enterprise customers, in different sectors, and they knew a lot about, how to build a good customer experience across different channels. And the same talent, we have, and actually the same leadership, we grow this team a little bit to support the Appsumo customer. So it's gonna be the same talent pool, same knowledge, same experience, because again it's the same technology. Okay, we just like package it in a different way for the small medium businesses, but lots of the features that we have for the enterprise, most of them will be available in this package as well. In terms of team size, you ask about team size. I didn't answer this one. So we 35 people now. Okay, mostly in product development. We have a small marketing and sales team, and as I mentioned, our strategy in marketing and sale was channels. So working with partners. So I'm very keen on working with agencies. Maybe marketing agencies or IT agencies or whatever that actually work with the small medium businesses. So we really thinking on establishing our agencies program for small medium businesses, and that's how we managed to grow so far without having too large sales team. I have a small sales team that actually very focused on strategic account and building partnerships and relationships with affiliates, resellers, and value added resellers as well.
Okay. Now, I mean, are we okay to get a little bit of an overview about what the features are for Tactful Cognitive Help Desk? And I also want to understand why do you call it cognitive, and how is it different from some of the SMB tools available out there
Yeah.
when it comes to help desk, right?
So it's cognitive because it's, as I mentioned, it's all about artificial intelligence and data. So we're trying to build, automations and data visibility and analytics everywhere in the solution, especially when if I'm talking about the product feature, we try to build a customer profile. So when you talk to a customer across multiple channels, this customer will have different conversations, will have different requests, and so on. So we're trying to build a profile for this customer. So this profile helps you when you deal with the customer in a live conversation or live chat or solving a ticket for them or whatever. You're having this picture, and also helps you, personalize the customer experience. So you can build a marketing campaign or whatever just based on the customer interactions. And it's, in our enterprise offering, it's a little bit more even than that. So we use artificial intelligence to do analytics around the customer journey itself, like sentiment analysis, behavioral analysis, what kind of products, competitive analysis, and so on. We have a product that we call the customer experience analytics, cognitive analytics, which is all about crunching all of the customer conversations across the so many channels you would have, and then draw you a picture so quality, for quality assurance, process adherence, security violations, all of these things you can actually extract from conversations using artificial intelligence. So when we started with that, and then we carry over this data and artificial intelligence approach in everything we do. That's why we call it cognitive, because it's about AI and data.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what about, when it comes to contact centers? I mean, there is a lot of aspects in place. There's a lot of, like, channels, reporting, agent experience, supervisor. What kind of reporting do you have inbuilt into I mean, is it very robust? Are you making that available? You just mentioned some analytics. Is that part of the offering, or it's separate?
So all of typical customer contact center analytics is
Yeah.
part of the offering. We're making a release in next month, in a few
Yes.
weeks actually, that actually focused on analytics, enhancements to the ticketing system and adding some additional key channels to the solution. So we're making, we're bringing those analytics into solutions. Artificial intelligence based analytics, this is much more sophisticated product than most of SMB needs.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
we never had any customer asking for that except big teleco or big banking. These are the customers we have. We have two telecos and two banks that actually using that, but they typically have like, maybe 500 conversations, per channel every month. 500,000 conversations per channel every month. So then when they do quality assurance on these, okay, it's too much for them. They cannot do it. Then they use artificial intelligence and automation to do that. And that's when the customer experience analytics come to be useful for business. So we don't think that really this one will be valuable for small medium businesses, but key analytics will also be there.
Okay. How about, are you able to share your screen? Can we get a quick
Yeah,
glimpse of
yeah,
what
yeah,
we have?
definitely. Let me try to do that. I never tried on that software before, so
Oh, there is
excuse
a
me.
question here from Aditya, actually, Aditya Sharma. And
Yeah.
just want to call out some of the folks who are here. Ozikar, Aditya, Sam. How are you guys doing? Let me just get into the desktop sharing here. One second. Yes.
Okay. See, you see my screen now.
I do see your screen. Yes. And there is a question here from Aditya as well. Might as well take that. I know I'm jumping ahead here, but we would like to know what integrations are available currently. Thanks. So
Yeah.
integrations, yes.
Yeah. So for the integrations, we get a lot of questions regarding that. So integrations, if we talk about channels integrations, you will get all of the channels integrations we have for the enterprise, including social media, email, SMS, all of these things will be already there. So you will have that working for your website and so on. In terms of third-party apps integrations, so mostly we have been doing this on, as a professional service basis for our enterprise customers. And when we thought about it for SMB, we wanted to give them one integration point that actually giving them access to all of external tools. So we choose Zapier, okay, as a start. But we got, and this will open up, integrations for you on different CRMs, different e-commerce systems and so on. So you can exchange products, content, customers information, and so on across all of these platforms. But we get a lot of questions from Appsumo customers regarding, can we get this with maybe a more cost-effective solution than Zapier, because Zapier's clocked to be more expensive. I admit that we didn't think this through when we built the integration with Zapier. We thought Zapier is a very popular thing, so let's do it with Zapier. I think we will need to choose maybe a more cost-effective solution. So people asking us about Baply, and some other people asking us to give access directly to the APIs. So we're currently considering these,
Yes.
and we will make it available very soon.
Yeah, Integrately is very popular among LTD community as well. So if you look at Integrately, uh,
Yeah,
and they already have some really good, integrations with some of the other LTD platforms.
yeah,
So yes, but access to API, webhooks, Integrately would definitely make it more appealing,
yes,
for sure. Now, I
yeah.
also understand that currently in this offering there is no voice channel, right? Like, but is there an option to add voice channel?
Well, as you mentioned, Nelish, we do integrations with major call centers like Cisco and Mitel, and Avaya, and other ones, Genesis, and other
Yes.
ones as well.
Yes.
We didn't do integrations with public, cloud offering, VoIP offering like Twilio, Vonage, or whatever. But we're considering that at the minute as well. So my roadmap, if I'm just being honest and public, because everyone, my roadmap is to be a self-sufficient solution. So it will be at some point of time a complete CCaaS offering, including our own voice technology in place. But this is going to be a later on in the time, next year or maybe the year after, when we get to the state that we build our telephony infrastructure. In the meanwhile, we considering adding web RTC integration inside the dashboard, so you can do voice, you can do video as well, and we will integrate with VoIP services like Twilio and others, just to give you access to this functionality. We didn't decide that to make us this part of the Appsumo deal, but if we can, we will do.
Yes. I mean, yeah, like in terms of, I mean, adding voice, there will be an additional cost. I'm sure people understand that part.
Yeah,
Uh, but if there is a way to integrate it, like just with maybe, uh, adding, and some of the other LTDs in the past have been doing that, like you just add some additional dollars and then it's based on usage and they charge
yeah,
you like 5% or something like that, right?
yeah.
So,
Yeah,
um,
yeah, indeed.
if,
Yeah. Well, if you see that dashboard that I'm presenting now, you will
yeah,
see that the voice already there. It's
yes,
just not enabled. It's just not enabled, and we have an outbound dialer as well from the dashboard, so you can, if you're talking to a customer on over social media or web, you can initiate a call with this customer right from the dashboard, just in case you would like to escalate it to a voice, and instead of chatting with the customer over text. So the capability is there, okay, but it's now only for large enterprise contact center integrations. On the roadmap, we will be considering for sure adding other things. The pricing model and all of these things will be decided later, but we will make it accessible for everyone for sure.
yeah. So, quick question. I mean, do you have any customers who have integrated this with Cisco UCCX?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
Okay.
one of our key integrations. So Cisco was one of our early technology partners. Actually,
Yeah.
they are
Yeah. I mean,
partners.
not UCCE, like for enterprise, like UCCX, up to 400 agents, you know?
The one that up to 400. Yeah, I know that for sure. That was our first integration with a call center. So if there is an enterprise customer would like to take it on with UCCX, we are happy to assist them.
Because we have,
Yeah,
I mean, we have a lot, like in my other business, we have a lot of UCCX customers. So something to chat about offline.
yeah,
But yes. Now, you mentioned some of the features. You have a roadmap. You want to make it a self-sufficient platform. You're adding email as a channel. I completely understand in terms of, because you have been complementing some of the bigger vendors for so long. You have uh, pieces of the puzzle which were missing in some of these solutions before, but
yeah.
you're adding that, which is great. Will those features be available to everybody who's buying the lifetime deal right now?
Yeah, we'll make all of the channels except the voice. We didn't commit to the voice, but we will make Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, SMS, email, web, mobile app integration. All of these will be available for the Appsumo deal.
Okay. So with
Well,
mobile,
also,
you're saying there is a mobile app coming?
well, mobile app integration. The end user mobile app integration.
Oh
So
yeah, yeah.
so there is SDK, okay, for to configure and manage that widget, the chat widget, and embed it inside the mobile app. Either it's Android or iOS. So that's going to be also coming part of the deal. I think you meant to ask about the agent side app, okay?
Yes, yes.
Because we have been dealing with enterprise customers so far, we didn't need to worry about that because most of them sitting behind, a desktop screen all the day.
Yes.
Uh,
Yes, absolutely. Cisco agent desktops and stuff, right? So sure, yeah.
they are not actually easy, even responsive on on a smaller screen. So
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
we have been following the same path, but our technology is web, okay, and you can operate from anywhere. So we're putting effort now to make this agent desktop responsive, at least, so you can open it from your mobile app, and enhance the notifications and so on, so you get notifications if you have it in the background or whatever, in order to respond to that. The mobile app is definitely part of our roadmap, like a dedicated native Android or iOS mobile app for agents is part of the roadmap. And I commit now, if it's gonna be available anytime soon, we'll make it available for the lifetime deal customers of Appsumo as well.
Okay. Okay, great. Okay. Okay, so
Yeah.
we can continue with the overview, Mohammed. Thank you so much.
Good, good. So what you see now, I started with this screen because this is the most important screen we have, which is the agents and customer engagement screen. So that's what we call the unified agent desktop, which gives you a view of everything, communication on the left hand side, and that's an omnichannel interface. So all of the communications coming from different channels, you'll be able to see them there. Part of the offering on tier 3 and tier 4, you get the unlimited channels and brands support, so you can connect as many channels and brands as you want. And if you notice, like, every communication coming here will be tagged with which channel is coming from, so you can tag it for the website or different social media. We have some customers in retail specifically managing so many brands. So you will, for example, have Sharp, Toshiba, whatever. You can, if you have multiple websites and social media on here, so you can have all of them here. And then on the middle, you have what we call the conversation history. So we are more of conversational focus than task focus. Some of the help desks out there in the market, everything just being, it's going to be converted into task. We focus more on the journey and the conversations and the tasks, so we manage everything within a conversation. So in the middle here, you will be see the conversation history. So that's, for example, myself making comment on a social media post, so I'm able to see here was my engagement on the post, and I can actually just click to join, or if the customer needs a support, I can just it's going to come in my incoming or pending queue, and I can respond to that. And on the right hand side is what we call the customer 360, or the customer profile. So you get all of the user profile information from the CRM, and we have, as I mentioned, we have added a CRM module inside the product for the SMB offering. So everyone's just going to get a CRM profile for their customer, and then you will get all of the customer transactions and tickets, and you have ticketing and transaction module as well, so you can take orders right from here, or you can get the chatbot to get people to make orders. And tickets, again, you can initiate tickets from here, or you can get the chatbot to submit the ticket. The point is, whenever this customer gonna talk to you, so that's me, for example, on comments. If I'm switching to me on, that's Facebook Messenger. So if I'm switching to me on Facebook Messenger, I'll be able to see the same customer profile. So we try to track the customer profile across the multiple channels and give you the picture of that customer every time this customer comes back. So if you deal with the customer in a live conversation, you'll be able to see that history, so it gives them the best experience ever. Okay. And if I'm just going to deactivate that for a minute and deactivate the AI, because the AI is a default engagement mode, and then I'm in a live conversation with this customer. So what you see here as well is suggested answers and quick replies being provided by the artificial intelligence. So whenever this customer is asking for something, you will be able to see recommendations here. So if I go back, for example, to myself here, um, that's the Facebook page. So let me ask a question. Where is the Cambridge store, for example? So on the other hand side, you will see that your artificial intelligence automatically classifies a question and give you, say, okay, that looks like an address, question, and give you a recommended answer. So you just click the recommended answer and it will be sent to the customer automatically. So the AI is again sitting on the back office as well with the agents and try to give the agents insights and information about the customer. And if it's about asking about a product or a service or whatever, it can give you a hand as well in that. So it's very useful if you have a large number of engagement on a daily basis and you would like to speed up the responses to the customer. The AI agent assist is a very useful feature as well. And again, then it gives the customer nudges that like you can really continue with artificial intelligence, so it deflect back to the AI and the chatbot as soon as possible to avoid unnecessary waste time of the agents if the issue is very simple to for the AI to be handling it. And that's for the AI agent. The stop, as I mentioned, you can initiate ticket from here. So, and it's going to be automatically filled for you, and subject for a ticket, and you can give it a priority if you have a team that is actually onboarded on the system. So you can, just assign to them or assign to the service group. You can give it a description, and you can submit it. Then you have a new ticket that just has been added to the customer profile, right from here. You don't need to, go and open it somewhere else. So I would like to keep that dashboard as a focal area for daily interactions with the customers, and we try to bring as much as we can from, the different modules we have under the agent's fingertips, so they do their job very quickly. Similarly, you can, if you sell something, or you're selling products or services, you can also create an order from here, and the order can have a price tag and so on. So that's, yeah, go ahead.
Yes, so you can see the entire customer interaction history and everything into your platform.
Yeah.
In where is that suggestions coming from? Like, I mean, in terms of like, when a customer opens starts with a question, understanding the intent that they're looking for some answer and is suggesting to the agent some answer, right? Is like, do you have like a dialogue flow integration, or how are you
No, that's a thing. You don't really need to use any third party AI because it's already has AI solution in place. So if you go to the artificial intelligence module here, just on the left hand side, you go to the models, okay, then in our enterprise offering you can build as many models of artificial intelligence as you want, but in the SMB offering we're giving you access to the conversational model, which is automates answers to questions and intents. Okay, so you can simply come here and just create a new intent, and you give intent name, you choose the language of that intent. It's an FAQ, so this is the answer, and then you can just create example one, example two, which is training data and so on. So that's how as easy as you can actually create an intent. So I'm just going to skip that. I'm going back to the intents that I have already in the system. So the address intent is a fact. You just enter it, you will see the different ways of me saying it. You need to provide up to 25 samples. And then all what you need is actually, if you go back to the models, you just need to hit train, which is going to kick the training sequence of the artificial intelligence. And from the now on, if the customer speaks about that intent, the AI system in the self-service mode will give them the direct answer. And if it's AI agent assist, that the AI agent assist mode will give suggestion to the agent with that answer as well. And you get analytics as well for the AI system, so that's part of analytics. Let me go to conversation. Yeah, so you get also analytics to assist you understand, whether the AI system is robust enough and where are the areas that you need actually to enhance. And that's part of the SMB offering. You get the AI module, no code, and you get the AI analytics as well to assist you, build good AI experience, based experience.
Okay, and you can get all types of metrics around how many interactions I had. Like, was there like a first contact resolution? How much time did the agent spend
Yeah,
sitting in
yeah.
each
So
channel and all that, right?
yeah, so you get all of that, but this is just a demo here. It's not actual, analytics. The actual analytics in the SMB product will be releasing very soon, as I mentioned. But you get the standard conversation analytics, and just let me open that. The UI will be slightly different, so you get all of that. You get hints on how many conversations, how much has been resolved by the AI system, and so on. You get also analytics on sales. You get analytics on customer feedback, because you can run surveys from that. There are other analytics like customer journey and the topics that the customer is talking about, and so on. These are also going to be part of the solution we provide.
Okay.
Yeah. And you get a complete content management system inside the solution. So all of those products and services, if I just go back to let me go back to the agent desktop, hand over, release the conversation. Let me release the conversation. I can send a customer support survey. Excellent. So if I'm just browsing, I can just browse information here in self-service mode. So I can add all of your product and services. You can add help articles like a knowledge base inside the solution itself. So I can put articles, and these articles can have detailed content. I can search for product. Sorry, smart watch. It's even clever enough that was my mistake, still able to cope. So you can add your product and services, and you can add price tags or whatever. I just having a problem with permissions on my Mac, so it's not opening this one. But I browse products and services, and the way you do that is actually by simply go to the content center here, and you can categorize your content like product, services, knowledge base, and so on in the categories here. And you can put whatever structure you would like. So you can put categories inside categories. You can put independent categories, and below them you can put items, product, services, and so on. And then you put here the items, and all of these items will have a rich content management system. So you can put detailed info. You can put pictures. You can if it's a product, you can link it with SEQ number on your e-commerce system. You can put a price tag. You can put a language. You can tag it. There are lots of stuff that you can actually do from here. So you bring all of your content inside the chatbot and the conversational experience as well, right from here. And as I mentioned, the ticketing system. So if I just go to the tickets, you will have all of the tickets here, okay, and you can just do filters on them by assignee, or which channel that the ticket is coming from, or whatever. Okay, you have very flexible filters here. And if I'm just going into in any of these tickets, you have a full ticket information, and you can also have a visibility of the customer profile. So it's the same customer profile you have been able to see inside the live agent desktop, the unified agent desktop. You'll also be able to see it here, and you can jump to the conversation where the ticket has been created, or you can jump to the customer profile themselves. Okay, and that's my customer profile. It shows you statistics on how many times this customer contacted you, their not total number of orders, total number of tickets, your customer details, link back to those orders and tickets and everything. So that's again about Nilesh, building, a unified customer profile and data, so you can get you the right information very quickly if you have a problem or something that you need to assist the customer with. So we try to make this data accessible very easily.
What about video channel? Like, have is there a demand for it? Like, have people been asking for it?
So we on our enterprise offering, we have integrated with Teams, with Webex. Uh, it's Teams or Webex. These are the two channels, two solutions that we have integrated with. So you can effectively from the agent desktop, okay, supposedly you are talking to with a customer, okay, and then this customer would like to get more intimate engagement in a video conversation or whatever, then you can send them an immediate link, and then you can, as an agent, you can just get into, a video conversation with them. We also did some stuff for healthcare, for telehealth,
Yes.
telemedicine. So you can get the chatbot to book, a video conference with a doctor or whatever. That's stuff we have done with Teams and Webex. In SMB sector, we didn't get anyone asking for video specifically, as something. But as I mentioned, we considering adding a web RTC embedded into the platform. So that will open up, the roadmap for integrating, more voice capabilities and more video capabilities as well inside the solution.
So for example, we use Webex Teams actually.
Yeah.
So can
Yes.
I integrate Webex Teams with?
Exactly. Yeah. Well, there is a video that there's announcement we have done with Cisco last year after the pandemic. I think in early 2020 when we built together a telemedicine solution based on our solution and Webex Teams. So I'm gonna
Yes.
send you that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
great. And any plans to, like, for, because a lot of users have Google Meet, right? Because of Google Workspace access in the SMB
Yeah.
sector. Do you have any plans to do that, like integration with? Because there's a lot of users who have Google Workspace. It will
Yeah.
just increase your potential, you know.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah. So, Nelesh, why we did launch this product on Appsumo is basically to get this sort of feedback. Like, what is the wish list of small medium businesses customers?
Yeah.
There is nothing better than giving the product in the hands of the customer and receiving their feedback. So, I received that comment, a few times on the deal page, and we definitely have it now added to, the wish list and our roadmap, and our product team will look at it as soon as possible. We will definitely integrate with Google SMTP, IMAP and stuff for the email. So you can add Google Groups, you can add aliases, you can add your own email. The video side of it, that's something customer just have asked us to do it, and we will consider it for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Joe is saying different cam angle. Joe, so there we go. I changed it. Yes, it's a different cam angle. So, um, so I mean, do you have a like a roadmap? If you do have a public roadmap, Mohammed, I would suggest that you post it in the community so that you can gather some feedback, right, from
Yeah.
users. What features are they looking for? What
Yeah.
is preventing them from buying it, or what questions they have, right? Like, so, I mean, they can give you some valuable feedback as you suggested. So,
Indeed, yeah, we do have a public roadmap that actually the link is already on the deal page in AppSumo, but I'll make it. I'll post a link on the Facebook group for sure. Yeah, and again, it's the feedback that we are looking for. You would appreciate that the value of the solution in terms of cost and the technology and all of these things, it is much more than what we're asking people to pay on AppSumo, but we are not considering the money as a return on investment here. We're considering the engagement as the valuable return on investment here.
certainly,
Yeah.
this is a different category in terms of like the customer base, and when it comes to lifetime deals, like, people are really spoiled, right, including myself. I mean, if I'm in my business, if I want to charge, I'm always really want to make sure that customer is paying me a cost for like a recurring fee for my
yeah,
services just to have access to my talent pool and to our services, right? But
yeah.
with when it comes to applications, I want to pay a one-time fee and have access to it, right? So, like, it's a little bit yeah, what would be the word?
Yeah.
You know, uh, dubious in nature because what I'm expecting is different from my customers
Yeah.
versus I'm buying a software product. But that's just the blame Appsumo for it. But how's your campaign been so far? Good. Like, have you been getting a lot of good feedback?
Yeah,
How's your
well,
sales?
I was kind of surprised, when we launched the product on Appsumo, we weren't really sure about will this play well with small medium businesses or not. But we were really surprised that in a very short time we have been able to grab the attention of many customers, and there are many people that actually have been trying the product over the past 2 weeks, and I answered 100 questions on the deal page almost, and we got a number of 5-star reviews, and people considering it as a robust solution. But I think the main complaint we got in terms of we need more channel, we need more integration. So this is something, okay, we learned that we could have waited a little bit before launching it on AppSumo till we got more channels in, but we wanted to get the feedback as soon as possible as well, just to make sure that we are not missing anything else. So we're working on that, but so far it has been excellent. I'm really happy with what we have got so far.
Yes, yes. Now, with your plan for tier 3, what happens if somebody goes beyond 10 agents, like they add 2 more agents? How does that work as users or companies scale with your plan, right? Would they have to pay just for the 2 additional subscribers, or
Yeah. So we first, they will have only to pay for the extra. They don't have to pay. They don't have to switch the plan completely. They will make add-ons available inside the billing system, so you can add extra seats, and we will make special, a heavy discount for all of the AppSumo users. Again, what I'm looking for here is no money. I'm looking for feedback and long-term engagement with those customers. The good thing about SMB and small media, AppSumo community, you guys are very vocal, so that's useful. For me, when I was working on the enterprise, the politics of enterprise and the efforts I put in order to get valuable feedback is so huge. You maybe knew this, Delish, actually.
yeah.
Uh, but in S&P, you guys, yeah, you just say what you think. That's very useful for us. So and that's why we are very committed to that deal. The customers that will buy it, they will actually get the lifetime support we promised. We will continue giving them good features. They will continue to get more stuff. Brought from our enterprise offering to here. We will continue to do that because we think you're giving us a very valuable feedback that we need to leverage and work with you on it.
So let me ask you something about the licensing. Now, in a contact center, let's say you have 10 concurrent agents. So the licensing currently, the deal is for 10 concurrent agents or 10 named
So
agents,
these are named seats,
named
no,
seats. Okay.
no concurrent agents. Unfortunately, even in our enterprise offering, we didn't play concurrent at all. We played named always.
Because this is a question nobody's going to ask you in the LTD world, probably. But I know it because I play with this question every single day.
Yeah,
People is like, are these name seats or concurrent seats, right?
yeah,
When you are
yeah,
working with software licensing, that's the first thing you want to
yeah,
know in a contract. So
yeah.
this is named agents, 10 people I name. That's it, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and even about, as I mentioned, in our enterprise offering, we didn't do concurrent so far. So we have been giving, enterprise customers good discounts, because, concurrent licenses are, maybe more expensive than named licenses in some cases.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So we have some comments here. Let me see.
Another thing about the license, I think the add-ons, people have also mentioned, if I would like to buy add-on, maybe on another feature or whatever, we will add more add-ons. It's not going to be only the seats. We will see also what other features we can bring here as an add-on if it's required, or the default option is just to give it to the people. But if it has to be paid as well, we will also add more add-ons, and to unlock more features as well in the future. For example, when we get to the point that we have integrated more voice platforms like VoIP, okay, we will definitely put this as an add-on in the system.
Yes. What
Yeah.
about agent assist? Like, can the agents remotely assist a customer? Is that possible? Like by screen sharing or anything of that sort? Or we haven't been there yet?
Well, screen sharing is not part of our offering, even in the enterprise. We have done the video, as I mentioned, and once you are in a video call on Webex or Teams, you can definitely share the screens, with you and the customer. But I think the remote assist, I know I can't recall the name of the tools because they have a name. When you actually can remotely, do stuff for the customer on a website, on a mobile application. I know what people that are asking for, but that's not part of our offering. We have integrated with a couple of tools in some of our projects in the past, and if they will, we might talk to them if they are willing to provide, out of the box integration with their tools.
Yes.
We might do that as well. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So Mohammed, let me ask you, when you decided to move from enterprise to small business, that's a pretty big move, right? Like you, because you work with mostly, it's all projects are SAO based projects. You have statement of works, goes through approvals, and here you are with suddenly on a with a enterprise class features for small business, offering it, as a lifetime deal, and also as a subscription model, right? Did you, when you made that decision, did you compare what are other platform, what are other help desk contact centers doing for SMBs? What solutions did you look at when you made that decision? And who would you like to better, or I would say, if sort of like evolve your platform based on their model? Like, have you
Yeah.
compared some of your competitors, and who are they?
Yeah. So first, we didn't move away from enterprise.
Yes.
We still have enterprise customers, and we do still have commercial activities in the enterprise sectors in different verticals, uh, and and the move to SMB isn't something that we decided now. We knew from the start that we need to make this product accessible for everyone, and when we entered that domain, we did have little knowledge about, how contact center and customer engagement and customer experience work in practical sense. So the reason that we engaged with enterprise customers first, because I had few good contacts in enterprise, so it was easy to convince someone to try us when we only had bunch of ideas. We didn't have any material product to use, but they believed in us and they gave us space to do it. And then we wanted also to learn, how this is being done at scale. Okay. And then what are the technologies that actually require to do this properly at scale? And that's definitely have been achieved, was working with the enterprise customers, and we continue to work with them. But from day one, we said, I would like, this is was my vision. I would like to bring, all inclusive customer engagement and artificial intelligence solution to small medium businesses that doesn't cost the earth. You don't need to actually be a data scientist data science expert or artificial intelligence expert to get a decent artificial intelligence based customer engagement solution in your hands. So it was also on the horizon that we need to do that. And when we felt that we had learned enough and we built a good enough product that we actually can repackage and put it in the hands of SMB, we made the move. And in terms of competitors and one who we actually trying to beat in the market, I we looked in all of the solutions. We looked into Zendesk, Freshdesk. We work with contact center vendors very closely, like Cisco, Mitel, Genesis, and we know the insides outs of all of these solutions. But we didn't really need to wanted to copy someone. We wanted to bring more innovation and novel concepts in the hands of customers. So we we take those people as a role model in terms of their commercial strategy, how they went from zero to 100,000 customers and so on. And this is something you can repeat. But in terms of product innovation, we wanted just to make it a little bit more unique than traditional systems. It doesn't mean that it doesn't follow some of the concept, but as much as we could, we wanted to put more innovation in place instead of copycat anyone else. But I wish, like a co-founder, I wish this to be the next Zendesk company, for example.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah, yeah,
That's certainly one of the vendors to beat. I mean, they've done really well for themselves in terms of
yeah, yeah,
who they are.
yeah,
So
yeah.
we have a few comments here. Let me just. Hey, hi Pamela, how are you doing? Good to see you. Uh,
Thank you.
we have Joe here as well, and Alston. How are you doing, Alston? Alston's stream quality is amazing. It almost feels like watching a recorded video. We need Nilesh to teach us this magic. Yes, Alston. I think we have a stream planned actually with Alston, so we have to set a date on that. But yes, Alston, happy to share with you using Ecamm Live. If you want to use it, that's all it is. It's really Ecamm Live which is doing the magic. But more than happy to share with you anything you need to know. And thanks for all the videos, Alston, as well. So Alston has got some really great videos, so please check out. Okay, so Sajwal is saying, wow, I'm being flooded by help desk solutions on LTD, right? When I was looking for one. Too lucky. So Sajwal here is looking for a help desk solution. That's an ideal scenario for Mohammed. Here you have a small business customer. So tell Sajwal, why should they pick Tactful AI Cognitive Help Desk versus others?
Okay. I need to sum up all of what I have been saying so far in this
Yes,
call in a couple of sentences. Yeah.
yes,
So yeah. So first, because we would love to work with him, and we are very committed to make him successful and in his adoption to the product. I think that's the key thing. That's our, this is our DNA. We always have been very focused on making our customers successful and achieve the best out of our solution, and we're always there to help. So I think for Sajwal, actually, the key one will be: will this guy be there if I need them when there's any help, and will they actually continue to improve that product? Okay, just to give me more features and make it more reliable and more features and so on. So these are the two main things for me. The other thing, actually, if we have studied very well what you need to do, what you need to have in order to manage your customer engagement end to end. So in that product, you'll have all of those elements. You will have AI to get you, offload lots of the overhead of doing that from, as an SMB, SMB business that, you don't have enough time, don't have enough people, the AI will help you definitely do that. And then the integrations we have, including, CRM, ticketing system, orders, and there's a campaign management system. I didn't mention Nilish actually in that one, that you actually get. So from inclusiveness and having a complete solution, Tactful will be yours the one that you go for, because it will help you do all of that at, in one dashboard. You will get all, will get rid of all of the clutter of using so many tools in the past.
So sorry, campaign manager for, that's an interesting word. Campaign manager, right? Like, because you have your outbound campaigns, inbound campaigns,
Yeah.
especially like, across various channels. What campaign manager is this, and which channels does it manage? Does it do both outbound, inbound?
So it does outbound campaigns. So if you would like to do, a campaign on Facebook Messenger, you would like to do a campaign on SMS or WhatsApp, those kind of channels, or maybe email. So you can set up, a campaign here, and you can just give it a title, choose your channel, okay, and you can do segmentation to your customer based on different criteria, like, when they have been talking to you last time, what there are preferred orders or products or whatever. And then you can, curate, customized, message to those customers. So it can be any format. It can be text, a picture, a video. It depends what the campaign, the platform that you are sending on, the campaign allows. Okay. For sure, for example, here Facebook Messenger, you can add carousel of products or, information, and you can build that. You can, give pictures. You can put a button or a call to action on each. So that's part also of the offering we give in, in the lifetime deal on Appsumo as well. You get this campaign management tool, which help you, draw and engage, keep the engagement going with your customers as well, where after they touch base with you.
Your whole dashboard and the colors, and it reminds me of like playing around with UCCX and CUIC and think, is that intentional? Like, did you want your,
No, really, I think it's just like we have been influenced by those tools because we have been working with them for a very long time.
yes,
And, and
yes,
then, we just got those on our heads, and we continue to do. I think we have applied lots of those concepts in our system.
which is very good.
But
Yes,
yeah, I think that part working with enterprise, you have to think about convenience as well, because they're used to some sort of uh, methodologies and ways of doing things. So if you try to break that habit too much, okay, then you will get some resistance as well from the users to adopt the solution. Though that's why in some cases we have been just trying to make it as relevant as possible to them.
okay. Let me just go back into. There is a compliment here for you. It says, that's from Aditya Sharma. Says, nice vision for the platform, Mohammed. So
Thank you. Thank you.
you say, I see you have Facebook comments. Oh, Sajwal is here. He's asking question. I see you have Facebook comments, Messenger alongside just website. Does this mean you're doing on the direction of being omni-channel
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Absolutely.
going?
Well, the Asian desktop is an omni-channel solution. So you will be able to track your customer. Again, we think about customer profile here and customer journey. So you will be able to see your customer journey across all of the channels, different channels they're talking to. So I'm just giving an example here of me talking on comments and messenger. So you can see that the system is actually, this is me on comments. You see my profile, my orders, my tickets, and everything. If I'm just switching to messenger, it's the same platform as Facebook, but we carry on this information, on different things. And if it's on a website and able to recognize myself on the website, then the system will also give you the view of that customer on your website as well. So we try to carry on this information. Very useful. This is our key, the key thing that we found that very useful in enterprise customers, because they have so many people that talking to them, and it's always difficult to keep track of what the customer is talking about, because sometimes they approach you on social media with something, and then they take this conversation to web or mobile app, and then the agent that actually is managing that, because sometimes there are different people, uh, will be puzzled. What this customer want, like how can I help them, and what is the history of the interaction. So providing this information right from here is going to help you guys just to be on top of that and give the customer the best experience in the shortest time.
Yes, I have a suggestion for you, Mohammed. If you have had a chance to look at some of the other tools on Appsumo right now being offered, one of them is Nice Reply, and
Mm,
I had a chance to look at it, and what they are doing is basically three things really, really well. So they're getting your CSAT, NPS, and CES score. So your
mm,
customer effort score, your customer satisfaction score, and your net promoter score. Those are the
mm.
three things they're getting on a linear scale. Could be like thumbs up and down, or could be from 0 to 10, right? Depending on. So
Yeah,
for and they have been around. Nice Reply has been like a company which has been around for a while too. They have some really big customers in that CX measurement space.
nice.
With your platform, I think you might want to talk to them about integrating Nice Reply
Yeah,
into Tactful, because every time you have an interaction, just having getting that metric depending on the type of interaction you have. Like, so for example, for NPS, you want to give NPS when the customer is actually logging into your product. But for anytime you have an agent interaction, right, you can get that CSAT score, the CES score, and quickly see how your agent is doing. uh, you know I mean, if the agent is rated bad, it's an instant flag for you to, as a
mm,
contact center or a business owner, to quickly check, hey, where did the interaction go wrong, right? So can constantly measure that pulse. And I think for you, um, Mohammed, it will definitely be a good vendor to partner with. So
yeah, indeed. Yeah, we're happy to talk to those people. Yeah, let me check it. I've seen their posts and ads, and and them on Appsoma as well. But I will take a deeper look for sure.
it, they are pretty big. I mean, because you come from a similar caliber, the enterprise space in terms of contact center and what goes into it. I think they would be a right partner for you from a CX perspective.
Very nice. Yeah.
Okay, so Ruhan is here. He's saying, "Oh, hi, hello, Nilesh Mohammed. Sorry, got stuck in some work. That's okay. Ronnie, I'm glad you're here." Viral is saying seems interesting. So, guys, if you have any questions, please go ahead. Mom, I'm going to ask you a couple more of questions. Being in enterprise space, what are the current trends you see in the help desk and contact center space, in the CX space? What are some of the emerging trends, and how will Tactful AI evolve to support those trends?
Okay, so there are two major trends we see actually being aggressively adopted in the enterprise. The first one is the robotic process automation. So we talk about self-service here, like chatbots, giving immediate answers to customers and so on. But the enterprise customers are actually going very large on adopting, solutions on automating the back office operations. So like, filling forms, procurement, all of these things that could be related to customer, issues. How I can actually automate as much as possible, because they have too much of engagement and they have little bandwidths as well, at their scale, and they would like to see how to improve that, especially measuring quality control. You mentioned CSAT and Net Promoter Score, managing the customer sentiment, understanding the customer sentiment, customer behavior, and so on. All of these things are part of what we see as people are actually adopting very, very fast. And as artificial and as tactful, we actually came from when we started actually with that. We started with automation and artificial intelligence for enterprise, and then we grew as a complete customer engagement platform. So we were very well fitted in that when we actually engaged with our enterprise customers. The second one is the heavy use of analytics, and data and everything. So, we see enterprise customers, leveraging the data they have and their CRM, all of the conversations. So they analyze the conversation so thoroughly, like to understand things about, do I need to upscale my agents, for example, in terms of managing the customer issues and interactions, because in so many cases we see, like, the agent is not able to understand, the business and the customer issue, especially there is, the high turnover in contact centers. That knowledge, actually, contact
Yes.
center maybe is changing the whole staff every year.
All the time.
uh,
Yes.
Pairing the artificial intelligence and data technologies with the agents themselves help enterprise customers do two things. First, improve the working environment for agents, because now they have data, they have insights, they have automations, so their job is a little bit easier. And then they are actually more willing to stay and have, because they have less pressure. And the other thing actually is speeding up the integration of new talent and new headcount inside your customer engagement center. If you have artificial intelligence and assisted methodologies like AI agent assist and so on, it helps you actually do this very much better and much easier for you. So we large contact centers, those are the key trends we see as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great. And my last question to you, with Tactful AI, um, now there are contact centers which are built specifically for certain domains, like, could be hospitality, could be for um, service industries, or could be for um, you know like charity type of events, for funds gathering and things like, for help, like Tactful AI help desk. What's your target customer with this particular offering? uh, Across, can it be used, adopted by anyone with agencies, services business, or can it be for anybody selling physical products, like, or having a Shopify shop presence? Like, who is it ideal for?
So our first our early engagement with enterprise was more focused on retail and hospitality. These
Yes.
are the early customers that we started with, and then we ventured into a few more sectors, teleco operators, and teleco operators look like mostly retail, from our experience,
Right.
because they sell products and stuff, and most of their interactions on packages, subscriptions and stuff.
Yes.
It's all transactional most of the time.
Yes.
And banking sector as well, and healthcare. So these are, hospitality, retail, teleco, banking sector, and healthcare. These are the key five segments we have been working on. And most of the things that you will notice in the R dashboard is really geared towards transactions, and when you're selling product and services and so on, and the after sale support for that, when people come, have complaints, have issues, and so on, how you can deal with this. So when it's transactional, you will find our solution very, very nice for you. Working with agencies, as I mentioned, Nilesh, in the start, we launching very soon an agency program, and I will make it available for the group, your group here. It's gonna be at a similar price point like what we do for Appsumo, so you guys can buy, multiple accounts, and then you can maybe resell it. I need to maybe get your advice and knowledge on that, because it's gonna be new for me to set it up and design it, so we can work together on that. But we're working on that. This is our DNA, as I mentioned. We have been working from the start with partners, and we will continue to work with partners. And SMB agencies are the key partners and channel. And we work with agencies on just reseller mode, and we're also considering a value added reseller, which means We'll give you access, guys, maybe to APIs, tools, and so on, so you can build an offering, to your end customers around our solution, like, customizations, onboarding, integrations, building use cases, specific automations for them. So we're considering building a whole ecosystem around the solution to give you also an opportunity to upsell and, extract more value from the offering.
Excellent. Excellent. I'm sure a lot of people would be keen on that.
Yeah,
And, it's a great way for them to partner with you and get into the space, right? Because that's a service where, of course, you
yeah.
can monetize for sure. The Ruhani has a comment here. Let me quickly cover it. We are almost 15 minutes past the hour, but let me just cover one more here. Generally, time to solve tickets and positivity trend support ops over time for enterprises. Sorry, I missed part of this video. My workplace uses Freshdesk. Some places, clients we deployed Salesforce, very time consuming, and some Zendesk.
I
Yes.
think I think it's a question.
Yeah.
So
I think it's more of like a generic comment. What he's saying is, you know, depends on different environments. Would have like somewhere they would have Freshdesk or Zendesk, and it can be very time consuming for sure. Yeah, I mean, with contact centers, everything is time consuming and everything is billable. That's the fun part of contact centers, especially if you work in enterprise space. I mean, there are so many different APIs and so many different partner ecosystems you got to work with. Everybody in the contact center space has a different set of requirements, and that's what makes it so exciting. But
indeed, but we my goal is actually is to get rid of this complexity. So we were trying to simplify the setup and configuration time. In some cases, Nalesh, our dashboard and system is the front end, and we just hide, the likes of Mitel and Avaya and Cisco, make them behind the scenes. So the agent desktop, you have been working with Cisco, so Finesse is their agent desktop. So they replace Finesse with our agent desktop, and we become the central of everything. And we just use the contact center as a telephony platform, more or less. Uh, but sometimes on work we work beside them. But my objective is to simplify that as much as possible. So system integrators more work on use cases and value added, and get it up to speed as soon as possible. Focus on the scale and so on, instead of focusing on the configuration, because configuration can be very tedious, task for who is configuring it and for the customer maintaining it as well.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, there is a comment from Aditya Sharma. He's saying Mohammed seems like a generous guy. Time for a giveaway. Haha, kidding. So, and Ruhani saying, I was thinking why you did not ask this already. So, Mohammed, like whenever we do a live stream or whenever we have an engagement, we typically have founders come in and sometimes they do run like a giveaway. So that's something to think about in the future. Maybe we can do a follow up session
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
whoever who has commented. But take that away, and if you do decide to give away, we'll definitely qualify Aditya for bringing that up. And Rohani, I don't want to put you on a spot, but think about it, and then you can get back. And if you
Yeah.
do
Sorry,
decide to give
Kamara,
away,
before I come, but definitely will think about something and announce it. Yeah.
okay, okay, yes, let the community know, and I have to give kudos to Aditya for bringing that up. So thanks, Aditya, and thanks, Rohani. So yes, so yes, take it away, and then let us know, Mohammed, if you decide to do, and maybe one of these folks who participated can win something. So
Yeah.
okay, I really appreciate your time today, Mohammed. Thanks for giving a brief overview. Although, within an hour and 20 minutes, you can only show so much. It has a lot of capabilities and a lot for me to explore. So I'm going to do that after talking to you.
Yeah.
But thanks for answering all the questions and taking your time for being part of this community. So I really appreciate it and wish you all the best with your Appsumo campaign. And we'll
Thank you.
talk soon. So
Thank you.
thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Thank you.